What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Keyforge tournament video for you, brought to you from 401 Games in downtown Toronto, Ontario, Canada. On the left we have myself playing William on the right. I forgot this video wasn't completed when I was looking to do some Age of Ascension videos. I found this footage sitting in my Keyforge folder. Sorry this one took so long, but if you haven't seen it, we posted the first three rounds of this tournament already on the channel. They're in a playlist at Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. And if you want to know more information about the deck, check the link in the description below that I'm playing, that I use in this tournament to make it here to the top table. I believe we're both undefeated at this point. This is round 4 of the Swiss. We have 17 players, maybe 18 players in this tournament, if I remember correctly. And it looks like my opponent went first with the Virtuous Works. He is playing Sanctum, Mars, and Shadows. And on my side, I'm going Blood of the Titans to give Heavy the Huge a +5 strength bonus. And I'm playing Untamed Brobnar and Shadows. This is Nordvisor, Smuggler of the Pub. And looks like I discarded a Blood Money there, which obviously I couldn't put Amber from the common pool. I didn't want to put it on my own character. I think you have to put it on an enemy character, if I remember correctly. And on the other side, we got, I think it's a Bolter thrown on the board there for Mars. Then they use the Martian Hounds or whatever it is to give a couple +1 bumps there for each damaged creature in play. Well, Heavy the Huge is damaged. So now the Bolter is a 5-power creature. Still not as cool as my 11-power Heavy the Huge on the other side, though. And Umber coming in with the steal. And Nerve Blast for another steal. Going to deal 2 damage to the Bolter. And throw down Evasion Sigil, get an Amber off that. I'm at 4 Amber now. My opponent is at 1. And like I was mentioning earlier, I'm going to do some Age of Ascension coverage. I went to a pre-release tournament this past weekend. Got a couple decks. Me and my wife played in the tournament. It was a sealed, obviously. And they had, I believe, 18 players in the tournament at Black Knight Games in Hamilton, Ontario. So I'll try to post some videos of just going through the decks that me and my wife got. Give you guys an overview of what those were and give my thoughts on the tournament. I also did record 4 rounds, match per round for 4 rounds. And I got the top table in the last round. So similar to this tournament series, I'll do that with commentary coming up on the channel. So make sure you subscribe if you're new here and hit that alarm bell button to be notified when those go live. All right, so we got a Dominator out there now coming into play stun, adding some taunt to my opponent's board. And I believe he reaped with the Bolter, now at 2 Amber. Now, there's a struggle in this deck with the Evasion Sigil. Sometimes I want to put it down, and I get a Brobnar board first, and then it's like, Evasion Sigil just hurt me when I want to fight my opponent's board. But if my opponent's playing a deck and he wants to fight or deal with my creatures, it's great to have it down early. So sometimes I might toss it or not play it. And here I played it early, which may not have been the right call. We'll see. But I only have a Brobnar board right now and a big Heavy the Huge, so it'd be nice if I'm not discarding my own cards to try to fight with him. And now a Troll, of course. So actually, Heavy the Huge is going to fight into the Dominator here. So let's discard off Evasion Sigil, thanks to my opponent reminding me, and it's full moon, so the fight goes through. And they take each other out in the fight. And thanks to William for reminding me of my own Evasion Sigil there. So got rid of the big taunt body. I was trying to protect those little Mars bodies with, so I should be able to continue dealing with those creatures if necessary. And I believe it's over to my opponent now for his turn. I'm sitting at 4 Amber, he's sitting at 2. And he's just figuring out what he wants to do here, looking at his hand. Pretty sure it's his turn. But in the meantime, also what you can do is if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you want to see more Keyforge on the channel, make sure you hit the like button on any of the Keyforge videos. That helps other people find the channel also. If you're into this commentated tournament coverage kind of stuff. I am going to another tournament on May 30th, the official release of Age of Ascension, the second set for Keyforge, on Thursday, May 30th. And at Black Knight Games also, they're going to do a sealed tournament. So I should be bringing my camera there, trying to get a few more different decks recorded. So we'll get to see those. I'll be posting those shortly. Since I don't know all the cards, I may have to wait till they officially make the cards live in the Master Vault app, so I can look up cards as I'm commentating and know what they do. Because, yeah, it's new set, new cards. Yeah, it's going to be a little rough commentating that, but we'll get used to it. So you might not see the first tournament videos for Age of Ascension on this channel until, I'm assuming, Thursday, the launch day. They'll have it up in the Master Vault. If anyone knows different, leave it in the comments below. But we weren't able to scan our decks into the app during the pre-release. It looks like my opponent is in limbo here, trying to find out what to do. William is blanking. Super nice guy, but I don't know why he's taking 5 minutes here to decide what to do. Alright, sounds like he's ready to go. Just trolling you, William. Just trolling you. We're not in a rush, obviously. Like, you have 35 minutes in an Archon tournament. I mean, sometimes I see it hit time for some players, but I feel like I never really go to time. I've yet to hit it in any games I've played, I believe, so I'm not too worried about that. So I wasn't really rushing my opponent there, but as I'm watching it later, it's kind of a long time when you're sitting here commentating. So we got Silvertooth coming into play ready. He's going to reap, gain an Ember. So he's obviously gone Shadows. Then we got a Booby Trap, gaining an Ember off that. He can't deal... So he's trying to deal damage to a non-flank creature. Obviously, there is no flank creature, so the text on the card doesn't happen to do as much as he can against the Amber. He discards a bad penny. Doesn't even want to put it into play. Just wants to draw more cards, dig through his decks, looking for answers. And I think we're tied at 4 Amber now. So Witch of the Eye coming in. Grasping Vines, give me another Amber, put me at 5. No artifacts returned to hand. I guess that's a way I can get Evasion Sigil out of play if it's being a pain in the ass for me. And I'm going to go Regrowth. Grabbing back Hebe the Huge, I think. It's the only creature I had in my discard pile at the time. And then we got a big twig coming out there. He's got the Reap and stun and exhaust a creature. So hopefully he sticks around and can help control my opponent's board. And I'm sitting at 6 for a check over to my opponent for his turn. And now William again is methodically thinking how he's going to make it through here, what he's going to do, which path. He probably has lots of options in hand to go here. And he probably is trying to think, which house will I pick next? What will I do? Does he have to worry about the creatures on the board? Is Witch of the Eye important yet? Am I going Untamed next? Or did I not get any Untamed cards and I don't care? He also got to think, what's in my discard pile? Is there something I really need to grab and he needs to get rid of that Witch of the Eye? Or is there nothing really in there you're worried about and you can leave her for now? That's the other thing. But then you got to watch out that on the next turn I just don't play something and then loop it on the same turn. So you can never be too sure. She's a dangerous creature. So it looks like he's counting out damage or power. And then you also have the Evasion Sigil throwing things off, unless you have direct damage here. So he is going with Sanctum, Horseman of War. So he's played the Horseman of War, which I think is the one that allows the rest of the creatures to fight. It allows them to belong to Sanctum, I guess, and then you can only use them to fight. So the Horseman of Death exhausted off the top off Evasion Sigil. So the Bolter was trying to fight there with Shoulder Armor attached, which you got an Amber off playing Shoulder Armor on the Bolter. But the Bolter exhausts with no effect due to Evasion Sigil. And he's got Silvertooth he can fight with. So the Witch of the Eye there dodged an attack. And since the fight didn't happen, you can't trigger the Bolter's effect to deal 2 damage either. Because he just was exhausted with no effect. So no fight happened, so you don't get to trigger the fight text. So Witch of the Eye gets 2 damage. The Dodger was discarded off the top for Evasion Sigil. Is not of the active house, which is Sanctum. And here we go. We got the Horseman of Pestilence coming in, dealing 1 damage to all creatures. So there goes the Witch of the Eye. He did have a couple ways to deal with it there. Just needed 1 Evasion Sigil to not hit. And all non-Horseman creatures get 1 damage there off the Horseman of Pestilence being played.
Forge. Oh, that's 6, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry. I thought I had more.
So I do forge a key. My opponent's sitting at 5 amber. So I got half a hand of Untamed, half a hand of Brobnar, I think. And I have a Untamed creature in play and a Brobnar creature in play. So it looks like I'm going Brobnar. And Heavy the Huge is going to come in, deal 3 damage to each other undamaged creature, which is only the 2 horsemen in play there. Or 2 damage. 2 damage, I guess. Yeah, 2 damage off Heavy the Huge, not 3. And then the other Heavy the Huge dropped into play there, just deals 2 damage to the other Heavy the Huge. And we got Earthshaker coming in, destroying each creature with 3 power or lower, which is nobody right now. Since the Bolter there has the +2 power counter cards on him. And the Troll is going to go in. Regrowth coming off on the Evasion Sigil, so it goes through. It's not of the active house. And he does kill the Horseman of Pestilence and take 5 damage back. So now I got a board of big dudes here. And he's going Sanctum on the other side. Plays Take Hostage, gets an Amber, so every time he fights, he gets to capture 1. So my opponent's now at check.
I hate doing this when you have shadows and all that other stuff. But it has to be done.
So it sounds like William doesn't want to play a turn where he gets a whole bunch of Amber here since I have shadows, is what he's saying. So he does play a clear Cleansing Wave and heals a damage off every creature has damage on him and gets an Amber for it. Whoa, that was a lot. He's now at 11, so he just got 5 off that play. And it sounds like he's going to use the Horseman Award to attempt to fight here. So he's going to go for the Troll. Discards an Umbra, so it's not of the active house. It goes through. They both die. And the Horseman of Famine comes in and destroys the least powerful creature. So he's trying to destroy my Heavy the Huge, and I said, that's not the lowest power creature. The Horseman you played is the lowest power creature at that point, so he actually destroys himself. And then my opponent realizes, discards the card, so kind of a misplay on his side there. But I think either way, he would have killed the creature that was on his side, the other horseman that he fought with. So it would have either been between the 2 horsemen, he would have had to kill one, because they're the lowest power in play. Because he does have shoulder armor and the +2 power counters on the Bolter there, so he's a 7. Or a 6. 7, because he's on the flank, yeah. And old Bruno coming in and capturing, so I got a bait and switch off there to steal a whole bunch of Amber, so it was a huge, huge risk to take all that Amber. And like he said, he knew I had shadows, and I was holding the bait and switch. So I was able to steal. I'm now on check for a key. Old Bruno's captured 3. My opponent's now sitting at 2 Amber and no keys. So I think, yeah, I should have held off on that play. I mean, it looked like a good play with Cleansing Wave. He had to go for it. He was falling behind, especially on board. But he hits me with a Doorstep to Heaven. But I only lose 1 Amber, and he actually gains 1 off that. Then he plays Terms of Redress. So he captures 2 off me and gets me off a key. Well, I was already off a key, I guess, from Doorstep, but does capture another one. So the game's not completely out of control. That he held me off from forging here after that big bait and switch, but it did slow him down. He still hasn't reached his first key. Now with the board of Brobnar here, seems like you just keep going that route. I could do a turn with Shadows, steal 1, and reap with Bruno at least. Not even counting what's in hand. But it looks like I do have a couple Brobnar cards in hand. It looks like I got Lupo the Scarred there from Untamed. Maybe I'm going Untamed.
+2/+2, right? And then +2 more on top of that.
7 with 2 armor.
So the Bolter's a 7 with 2 armor, we just clarified there. He's got 2 damage on him. So I still have to lay him, like, hit him for, was it 7? I have to hit him for 7 damage on a turn to get him off the board. Which, I mean, is just one of my creatures running into him, but, I mean, Evasion Sigil could make me have to do it a couple times. So Crump's coming in, a Troll's coming in. And does the Earthshaker try to run into him here? So Heavy the Huge on an Archon comes off the top, so it does go through. So Heavy the Huge gets him 1 hit away from dying on the Bolter. And does take a fall. I could just fight with the other Heavy the Huge and kill him too. Try again, but it's a Brobnar card. It is a Headhunter coming off, so it does exhaust no effect, and then Shadow Self off the fight from the Earthshaker, so that does go through. I do get my 2 amber back, which is too bad. I think what I was trying to do is destroy that guy, and then get the 2 amber back, and then hopefully reap with my last Brobnar guy, or I think that's what I was thinking. And yeah, so now I'm not at check, but I was trying to get there, but see, Evasion Sigil hurting me there on that one. Had to use 3 creatures just to get 1 off the board.
Possibly kill things.
So we got Grabber Jammer coming in. He's going Mars. Another Grabber Jammer, John Smith, and throwing a Biomatrix backup on one of the Grabber Jammers. And he gets an Amber off the Biomatrix backup play and passes it over to me. See, this is where my opponent gets to use my Evasion Sigil to help protect his Mars guys. And he's got 3 Mars on the board. And you know when you get more Mars together on the board, it becomes trouble if you can't deal with it. So Lupo coming in, he's popping John Smith with a targeted attack there off his ability, dealing 2 damage to a creature. And 2 Grabber Jammers, making my keys cost +2 total. So Vigor coming into play, just getting me an Amber and no heal to happen. And Flaxia, I believe I have more creatures, so I'm going to get 2 Amber there. Just a couple more. And I'm going to reap with Big Twig. And someone keeps bumping the camera there. Is in the middle of a table with a match happening behind the camera also on the same little table. So I do exhaust insta on the Grabber Jammer there with the Biomatrix backup. And it looks like a key charge, so I lose an Amber and Forge at +2 still. So all the Amber gone there. So yeah, before he steals with Shadows or captures, I guess, off the Grabber Jammers. Not thinking of that, but yeah, the key charge helps me get a key off without having to worry about being controlled there. So I'm at 2 keys, 0 Amber. My opponent's at 0 keys, 5 Amber. And he puts down a special delivery, putting him in check if he grabs the Amber for that. So he does, throws down a Poison Wave, gets another, should get another Amber. I don't know if he did there. I think he may have missed grabbing an Amber there, actually, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. So 2 Dodgers coming down. And I'm doing a Poison Wave on the other side, dealing the 2 damage across. Naughty the Thief obviously dying. And we got a Ghostly Hand getting 2 more Amber.
Finally get a card that can help me in this situation, but maybe
and he should ready up his Grabber Jammer there. He gets to ready at the end of the turn, but it is still exhausted. As you can remember. Yeah, there he goes. He remembers to ready it. So my opponent's now in check with 8. At this point, going for the 3rd key, I should probably just rush for that last key. But I do have the +2 cost applied by the Grabber Jammers. I have 2 Dodgers out there that could do some fighting and stealing, possibly, you know, depending on Evasion Sigil. So my opponent is getting some control, amber control on the board here. So I'm gonna reap with go with Untamed, reap, exhaust, and stun one of the dodgers to help control the amber control. And Dust Pixie's gonna come in for 2. So Flaxia discards an old Bruno off the top of the deck for Evasion Sigil and trades with the Grabber Jammer, so they both kill each other. And Lupo's going to come through to try to fight the Dodger to trade. And I'll discard, looks like a special delivery, so it does go through. Dodger's gone. And Lupo should take some damage there. Looks like I forgot to put the damage on Lupo, unless I don't think there was any effect that stopped him from taking any damage. Yeah, it looks like I drew out my deck there. I got to shuffle and draw up.
You know what they say. Where there's one grabber jam. There's always another. First of all, I'm going to remove the stun.
So my opponent's going Mars, going to remove the stun from the one Grabber Jammer. And throws down a Dominator. And Dominator enters play stunned, of course. And another Grabber Jammer on the other side of the Dominator. Wow, he's at least 3 in the deck. That's crazy. And then a Red Planet Ray Gun to get an Amber off that. Anytime it reaps, it's going to deal damage, I think, to a creature. And Phosphorus Stars, stunning all non-Mars creatures. Wow. So my whole board is stunned. And none of my opponents gets a hit off that. Since Dodger was already stunned, he's can't get double stunned, so.
Oh, and do I want to use this as an almost kind of kill it? Yeah, I'll kill your Bruno.
And Bruno is dead off the special delivery and gets purged, so my opponent gets 3 amber back. That was captured.
Purge, right? I don't think she's purge.
Yeah, I think special delivery is a purge.
Special delivery is purge.
Did my opponent get the 3 amber?
So I still need to draw 1 more. I still have 1 chain.
I don't know. Killed the Bruno, but I don't know if he took the amber that was on the Bruno or not. I know I tossed it into my pool there because I think it was my amber, but he should have got 1 from the Red Planet Ray Gun, so he should be at 4 at least. Maybe there's some in the pile there, like some on top of another. So looks like I'm going Brobnar. I'm going to do Blood Money, put 2 on Dodger from the common pool. And Looter Goblin coming into play. He's elusive, and then he has that Reap ability. After he reaps, anytime a creature is destroyed, I'll gain an Amber. And it looks like I threw down a Mighty Javelin and a War Chest. And I'm going to unstun all the Brobnar guys on the board. So setting up for a nice Brobnar turn here, assuming my opponent doesn't foil that. And I'm sitting at 4 amber, but my keys are +2 from the 2 Grabber Jammers across the board. So I'm really only halfway to the key.
Then I'm going to play Stampede. If you use 3 or more creatures this turn, steal 2 extra. I gain 1 for the card and 2 that I stole.
I'll probably play it in a bit, maybe.
So yeah, I don't know if he forgot from the old Bruno or not. Let me know in the comments below if he did forget to take the Amber there, because I think if he did, then he would have been in check there because he would have got 3 off the old Bruno, and he could have forged right there. But then again, I might have taken a different turn if he was sitting in check. And I don't know what I have in hand, but yeah, that could have been a big goof up, but I could be wrong. Maybe we'll catch it if it was a mistake too. But if not, we'll all learn from our mistakes here. Oh, man. So we got another Mars turn here. He's going to reap with the Grabber Jammer. He'll capture one.
I will do 3 damage.
And, oh, the red plane ray gun, yeah, 3 damage it does. Sorry, I said 1 before, I think. And he's going to kill the Looter Goblin. So, yeah, he's going to foil my cool bursty Brobnar turn, assuming the fights all go through. And stun remove from Dominator.
And then I will reap again.
And he's going to reap with the other Grabber Jammer. So, yeah, see, he forgot to take an Amber from his first reap, too. Right? And he forgot to capture. Yeah, I think William's missing some Amber here. I think another time earlier he forgot to take an Amber. Yes, he's realizing right now.
Twice. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm saying wrong.
Yeah, see, I noticed here he did miss, and he just said he thinks he forgot to take an Amber, but he's not sure, but he's okay, he may be wrong, and he's just going to let it go. Yeah, it's too bad. Yeah, he should have fully finished the first Grabber Jammer's effect. You do the reap first, then you do the capture in that order, so he should have went through with that. Or do the reap first, and then he did the red planet ray gun, then the capture. But either way, the reap is always first, so he should have taken the Amber for that. That's too bad. So yeah, that's our lesson for today from this video, guys. Make sure you're taking your Amber before you're doing your effects on the reap effects for sure. But of course, I'm not paying attention, so I couldn't tell my opponent if he forgot to take it or not. I'm too busy watching the board and what's going on, and yeah. But sitting here in my chair watching from a bird's eye view, yeah, we can definitely catch that stuff. Alright, so we got a Brobnar turn coming here. Troll's attempting to fight the Dominator. And it's not a Brobnar card, it's a full moon, so the fight does go through. So that's, I think I'm lining up some War Chest Amber here is the plan. But it's only during a fight, so if this Mighty Javelin kills somebody. So I do get an Amber back off the Grabber Jammer from the Mighty Javelin, killing the Grabber Jammer, so reducing the key tax on me there. And attempt to fight here with Heavy the Huge on the other Grabber Jammer. And it's a Shadow Self, so that goes through. And I get an Amber that was captured off that. Let's see if I remember to take that. Yes, I do. And Crump is going to attempt to fight the Dodger, and it's a Witch of the Eye coming off the top, so that goes through. I get 2 that was captured there on the Dodger. And the War Chest should get me 3, I think. Maybe only... Yeah, 4 creatures were killed, but 3 were in fight, so I get 3 more Amber, going up to 9. So the turn on the Brobnar turn was still as explosive, but it would have been even crazier with the Looter Goblin if he was still on the board. Would have got definitely, I think, 5 more Amber off that there. And even with bait and switch here, yeah, see, my opponent forgetting to take Amber gives him a better bait and switch, but either way, that's not enough. But yeah, so thanks for letting me film, William. Thanks for the game. Thanks to everyone who backs us over on Patreon. If you'd like to do so, you can click the link in the description below. And like I said, lots of Age of Ascension coverage coming up for Keyforge on the channel. So make sure you stick around for that. Subscribe, hit that like button, and make sure you hit that little bell button beside the subscribe button to be notified when we go live or when we post more videos. But either way, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next one.